The sound is unmistakable. First the dull thud, then the whiz across the sky. Finally, the crackling explosion. The sound of Israeli artillery is so common in the village of al-Masr that these kids don't even flinch even as shells fly over their heads and land within a mile of the village.
The shelling takes place in this area.
From Abu Albed Abu Kosa's rooftop, it is possible to see the land between the small Bedouin village and the Israeli border. The area around the village gets shelled so often that he can't sleep at night.
The last time I slept well and my life was natural was 3 months ago.
This is what Israel is trying to deter with its shelling. Palestinian militants, like these in this video released by Hamas, use this area in northern Gaza to launch homemade rockets called Qassams at Israel. The Israeli town of Sderot is within sight of here, and Israel says militants have fired nearly 600 of the crude rockets this year, causing 3 injuries. In response, Israel has fired about 9,600 shells into northern Gaza so far this year, according to the United Nations. For the people of northern Gaza, the artillery barrage is as common as background music. War is simply part of the landscape here.
Well, for people, as I said, they get used to it. And children can't be really kept at home the whole day. It's impossible. So that's how we cope with it.
Thiban Abu Hashish says even his 12-year-old son, Rafiq, knows how close he can get to the exploding shells and stay safe. Rafiq says it's safe to fly his kite on the edge of this field that often gets hit.
We are used to it.
Not everyone has been able to stay safe. The UN says 7 people, including 2 children, have been killed by the shells this year. 78 have been injured. Reminders of war are not only found in the north. They're in the music and the seemingly endless number of martyr posters commemorating those who died fighting Israel. The entire Palestinian population here suffers from a cumulative trauma, according to psychologist Abdel Aziz Musa Tabet.
We call it accumulative trauma. We have been in a state of collective trauma, transgenerational trauma, in which every one of us, from our old grandfather till our children, to all of them is traumatized.
Dr. Thabet says sonic booms are the most disturbing part of the current Israeli military campaign here. These loud booms, which occur unexpectedly and often at night, are so frightening for children that a program funded by UNICEF is teaching kids here how to deal with the trauma.
ايش بيصير معك؟ بتخاف انت من الغارات اللي بتصير في الجو؟ ايش بيصير معك؟
بخاف بعدين بروح على الدار بضلني قاعد فيها.
بتضل قاعد في البيت من الخوف؟ تمام.
Group facilitator Nassim Abu Anza says the children's behavior has changed since Israel started its offensive to free captured soldier Gilad Shalit. Anza says it's mainly due to the sonic booms.
Children have symptoms of panic, and some of them have abdominal cramps, and some other also might become really disoriented and think that, like, whenever they hear some bang, they think it's in the air. Some other types of children develop like introverted behavior, and like they prefer to stay at home and not to go outside.
لما بتسمعها ايش بيصير معك؟ او ايش تسوي؟ ايش تعمل؟
اروح على الدار على السريع.
روح على البيت، ليش بالبيت اخترت البيت انت ليش؟
عشان مكان آمن.
The program teaches the kids to stay away from windows that often break and to seek support from family. But this is also a chance to let off steam. Rafah, where the UNICEF program is located, bears the scars of some of the fiercest fighting in Gaza during the last few years. Like the rest of Gaza, war is just part of the landscape here. Life goes on, children keep playing, and a passing Israeli warplane is a mere distraction.